Cadel Evans won the Tour de France last year, one of the oldest winners ever. He's obviously a year older again coming into this year, but he has the time trials, he's got a lot of time trialling. So what do you think his chances are of defending his title?
Well, I think Evans is going to be the one to beat now. When you look at with Contador out of the situation, if Contador was back in and you get back to a big Contador like he was in the Giro this last year, he was always going to be the one to beat. But now it comes down to Cadel Evans, and when you look at the Tour of France with all the time trialling, the guys who are going to be really compete against him, the Schlecks, they are at a big handicap this year with the number of kilometres in time trialling. So Cadel Evans proved last year that he's so solid in the flat stages, the mountain stages, he can get through very, very well. For me, he's going to be the big favourite for this year's Tour.
Tom Boonen has come back to form. He's been winning races already. Do you think this is going to be a big year for him?
Well, of course, Boonen had a very up and down last year. The season wasn't good for him, and I think he trained very hard over the winter time and put in a lot of work. And at the moment, he's in real good shape, putting up good performances. But for Boonen, the classics, they are the first big target of the season, and I think we have to wait a bit more. You can't really take anything from Tour of San Luis or the Tour of Qatar from those races. They're not really a good enough indicator to see what way he's going to perform in the big classics. You have to wait for the semi-classics first of all and see how he's performing there, because this 260k Tour of Flanders, Paris-Roubaix, those races, it's important to make any conclusions from the Tour of Qatar or the race we've had already this year.
Do you think though he'll benefit from having less pressure on his shoulders? There's a stronger team, there's other guys that can win races as well, so do you think is that possibly part of his return to form, that he doesn't quite feel that the whole team depends on him?
Well, it will take some of the pressure off, because when you go to a race like Paris-Nice and those races, you have the like of Tony Martin, who is going to be up there again fighting for the overall win, so that takes a bit of pressure. But when you get to the classics, you make your beginning of season with your eye on the classics as preparation, but when it comes down to the Tour of Flanders and the Paris-Roubaix and the Lens-San Remos, it's all on your shoulders. The weight is on your shoulders, and that's where we will see how Tom Boonen will support it, and if he's still got it. And the semi-classics will be the indicator, like the Henk Nieuwsblad, the Kuurne Brussels-Kuurne, the Travel of Belgique, all of those races, they will be for me, they will be the indicator to see how Boonen is looking going forward for the big monument classics.